All right, good morning, guys. How's it going? Today we're looking at HSDT here. It's looking pretty okay, nothing too bad. It did have a good run up. It looks like it's consolidated quite a bit onto that 200 EMA, so we're going to continue looking at that as well. We do have EAR here, which looks like it's beginning to run. We started a little bit late today, so we might not even make it through the whole list before we start taking plays. I think EAR is probably a really good trade. So I think I'm gonna just jump in on this at that 200 EMA here. So we're gonna go EAR. We're probably going to be jumping in around $1.44, something like that. We're going to aim for $1.60 with a $1.40 stop, so we're going to give it about 4 cents room. It's about as good as it's going to get on that, I think. We'll see where that takes us. We've got APDN here. It's just also looking not fantastic right this second. It is heading down. We'll see how far this breaks down. We do have quite a bit of room down below that it could go to. But we are at the bottom band, so I'm thinking it might actually start to hold here and work its way back up. Yeah, with that being said, we could probably try an APDN play. We'll go for a 510 entry. We're going to go for a 550 PT at least, and then we're going to go for a 490 stop. So we're going to give it about 20 cents. It's a little bit of room, but we kind of need that volatility room just in case. So far, so good. Looks like it's doing okay. First trade was on EAR. This one's APDN. EAR's at 142 currently. APDN's looking good. All right. EAR drops down to 139, then that is going to be a stop out. All right, let's take a look. APDN's at 530 currently, so looking good there. We did catch the bottom. MDIA is dropping. We've got CME dropping as well, and we've got PSTX not really doing a whole lot yet. HSDT is looking good. I think we want to probably work on getting into that at some point here after it's done halting. 198 to just over 213. That's a pretty accurate halt, I think. EAR, I still think EAR is going to be a winner. We did see a massive drop here. We are below that 200 EMA, so I think we leave it for now. We did hit as high as 553 on APDN, so that is PT. APDN. I'm going to have to move this over. So there we go. Perfect. So APDN's looking good. We can take some profit to that 550 mark, and we'll leave a runner in there because this is, as we know, something that halted quite a bit yesterday. So just leave it be, let it do its thing. CEMI drops down to that final support area. We can take a risk here and jump in on CEMI, $1.12 maybe if we can. We're gonna aim for $1.20, and then a dollar. Give it $1.09. $1.09 puts us right here. So right past that bottom. That's basically where we want to be. I would not bother putting a stop loss anywhere lower than that. Now we're going to see where this takes us. APDN still looking good. EAR with a massive, massive recovery. I could have sworn that was going to happen. We just picked the wrong time to jump into it. We could try again. I think we are going to need to wait a little bit longer and see. But yeah, we'll go with what that is and take it from there. All right. Yeah, EAR's going up pretty crazy amounts here. HSDT still halted. APDN still sitting at pretty high. MDIA with a massive drop. We've got CME. It pushed its way up to 115 here. Looks like it has a little bit of resistance. Anything new that we can look at? Maybe LEDS was something that could have been something earlier. I just didn't pull up the chart for it. No. And then there's AMTD, which also looked like it could do something. And this one's looking a little bit better today. Oh, we don't need green steps on. Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty decent, I'd say. Broke through the 200 EMA, broke through the VWAP, so it's on its way up now. APDN with a massive drop all the way down to just about stop. There it is. So we're stopping out on the runner on APDN. Very large knife there. And ears at 152. I think we have to jump in on ears. It's kind of going nuts right now. Or ear, not ears. We'll go for... Man, this is high up, though. I kind of want to get in around VWAP if we can, which is going to be 148. Even that, I think we could probably get a little bit more out of it. Here we go. Maybe we can even get down to that 200 EMA at 144 again. This could be a repeat of last time, but I'm willing to take that risk. Try for 160, and we're going to go for a 140 stop again. Trying this again. So hopefully this pays off a little bit better than last time, because last time we got nothing out of it. APDN just sitting around that $5 mark. It could turn around from here. This could be another opportunity to buy in. We did make a new low though, so that kind of worries me. We could see this drop further. So let's just wait a second. We'll see where this takes us. HSDT, we're going to look to get into that one on halt most likely. CEMI, massive spikes here going as high as 117. So we're getting pretty close to PT there from our 112 entry. More than likely, we could go ahead and take some profit around that 117 mark. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. So take some profit, 117 on CEMI, something like that. You might get 118 out of it. You could get 116 out of it, something like that. But we definitely want to secure some of that profit. So far, EARS is looking okay. MDIA is not doing much. CEMI at 115 currently. We do have PSTX not really doing a whole lot. AMTD looked like it was going to break out. We hesitated a little bit on getting in, and that looked like it was the right move because it is back on its way down. EAR back to 150 here from our 144 entry. Looks like you might have been able to get 143. We're at 151, almost 152. If we hit 154, definitely take some profits. If you want to take a little bit earlier on, go ahead. HSDT with a massive jump. We're going to jump in on this. Feeling risky today, I guess. 225. We're going to go for 255 and then a 220 stop. We're going to give it 5 cents room. Wherever you jumped in, just give it that 220 stop or 5 cent stop from wherever you got in. Looks like we just ran into a halt. Another good example of people who have big latency here, or oh no, it's not halted. People who have big latency or not on a live stream, very hard to get into something like this, and this is definitely where the most money is usually made. Are they currently at $600 worth? Well, for EAR, I bought 570 shares, which is at $1.44, so we're up a little bit higher than that, I think. Currently, our thing is sitting at just under $1,700, so probably about $700. It's $800 maybe. Let's go $800. That sounds a little bit more realistic. We're at 250 here on HSDT. I think it's halted, so I don't think we're pulling anything out right this second, but we did make it up there very, very quickly. If you took a little bit of profit early on, definitely nothing wrong with that. EAR dropped, yeah, EAR dropped a little bit. We did see it come up to 150. Is that FFIE or FIFE? I'm going to try FIFE. But yesterday we were playing FFIE, so. Whoa, don't know what that is, but that's not, it was FFIE, wasn't it? There we go. FFI is not looking bad. EAR 146, 145. HSDT we're halted in. APDN continues its drop. CEMI still sitting around that 115 mark. PSTX not really doing a whole lot still. AMTD not doing much either. Although it looks like we're bottoming out. AMTD could be a good buy at this level here at 820. We could probably ride it up at least to 950. That could be a decent win right there. I think I'm going to try that. AMTD, 820-ish. We're going to go for 950. And then an 8, we'll give it an 805. Now I'll give it $8. Even $8 is pretty tight. But you know what? I don't want to see it make a new low, and I don't really want to add too much risk to it for no reason. So I think $8 is honestly preferable at this point. We'll see. APDN looks like it might be recovering off that bottom or one of the bottom support lines. It could still drop, so we want to give it a minute to retest. Here, back up a little bit. It did drop down to 143, back up to 148. HSDT still halted. AMTD, there's our entry at 820. Might get a little bit better here, 815. I'll take it. I mean, at this point, anything is relatively the same, 815, 820, so it doesn't really matter either way. So we're going to have to see about that. APDN might turn around here. I'm curious to see if it holds. EAR 149 currently. Come on, APDN. Let's see a turnaround. I'm fairly confident this is going to turn around. I think I'm going to try APDN again. We made a little bit last time. I think we can make more here. 465, maybe 460 if you get lucky, maybe 470 if you don't. We're going to go for, let's go for a whole $5. And then we'll go for 455 stops. So we're going to give it about 10 cents. Unfortunately, I put that right on that line. Very, very unfortunate. We'll move it to 453 for now, but 455 is where the stop's going to be at. In any case, it looks like it's probably going to go up, which is preferable. So hopefully we see that. Let's see where this takes us. EAR hit as high as 152 there. We're looking for 154. 152 is not bad. I'm okay with taking some profits at 152, especially seeing how close we came to stopping out again. We were only a couple cents away, so I'll take a little bit of profit here. CEMI with a nasty drop back down to near the low of the day. That would be the low of the day right there. If it breaks through that, that will be a very bad sign for this stock. And there's the breakdown. So hopefully you took some profits on CEMI. This could be a good opportunity to buy in because we are at the low. The risk is that we did break through that low by a little bit, so it could continue down. Very hard to say. EAR is still looking okay. HSDT should be on halting sometime soon. APDN's back down a little bit. AMTD is not really doing a whole lot. Looks like it touched our stop. Again, didn't really stop me out, but it should have, it looks like. Yeah, it definitely looks like it touched there. Not really sure about that. Yeah, it stopped you out. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's been not stopping me out right then, and I don't know if I put some sort of delay on it, or not delay, what's it called? Gives it like a little bit extra room, whatever that thing is called. My brain's not on today. I have to go through my settings. I might have messed something up. Offset, that's the word. Thank you. I don't know, maybe I put an offset on the stop losses that I'm putting on, but I don't know how I would have done that on IBKR. I'll have to go take a look later. Because that's happened like 3 times this week where it's definitely hit the stop and not triggered. APDN's getting low again. Definitely hit our stop there a couple times on APDN. No doubt about that. EAR at 151 currently. HDS or HSDT opens up and we saw a high of 275. Make sure you take some profits. I guess I can call PT on HSDT. The HSDT all the way to 275. So that was a good good trade. 225 all the way to 275. Got out near the top there, not quite at the top. Still have a little bit of a runner. I mean, I'm not really sure where I'm expecting it to go. It could go up, I guess. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, especially after a downward halt. But we'll have to wait and see. EAR shooting up. We're making some money there. We hit as high as 158. We could take some profits there, especially if you haven't locked in any profits. I would definitely be looking to lock in profits here. We're pretty close to that 160 mark. There's that 160 mark. PT, year, and then some 162. Looking really good on this. Had a little bit of a rough start. I think we stopped out once, then we got some, but stopped out on the remainder. We took some on CME and stopped out on the remainder. And then EAR's going good, HSDT's going good. AMTD's not really doing much of anything. It might have hit your stop, maybe it didn't. I'm not really sure. For me, it didn't. For some of us, it did. Very, very close in either situation, though. And EAR here looking to hit that next resistance line. APDN's recovery, yeah. Yeah, just enough to stop us out, and then it wants to go back up. I'm not quite ready to jump back in on it. That MACD is recovering pretty hard for such a small correction on price, so I'm not really too interested in that. EAR at 163. CEMI, not really interested in that either. APDN's taking most of the volume right now, and AMTD as well. HSDT is getting some alerts as well. That's really it, though. It's just those three, so that's basically where we want to keep our focus on. AMTD is so slow. Did you put your stop a cent below mine? Are you still in it? Yeah, see, it works. It works. Somehow it's working for me too, but I didn't put an offset on it that I remember anyway. FFI is not looking too bad, but it's also making new lows here, so not really interested too much in playing that. AMTD is making a couple cents here. Yep, HSDT's been halted down for like 2 minutes now. Likely will unhalt and probably continue down because this was a really, really nice climb. But on the off chance that it does head back up, we do still have a small runner in it. We might make a little bit extra. 220, I got 228 to 272, so really not that bad. I got a little bit higher than I wanted to on the entry, and I got a little bit less than the very top there at 276. CEMI finally hit stop loss for you? Oh, okay, you had yours way down there. Yeah, mine hit a while ago. All right, we're starting to see we're at AMTD recovery here, which is looking good. And definitely something we want to see. EAR's still seeing around that 160 mark, definitely coming down. So if you haven't taken profits for whatever reason, I would really suggest taking profits. AMTD at 850, 1 cent below mine. That's funny. AMT almost at 850. From our entry at 815, that's definitely not a bad investment. We should probably take some of our cash out. Taking some profit, AMTD around this price, 870-ish. Not bad. It's not a huge trade by any means, but we still have a runner in that. I think we could still get more out of it, but I'm glad to see that it did go up finally. EAR, we're not going to be looking for another entry back until we hit this support line at least 150. We might even see back down to 144. We'll have to wait and see. HSDT should be unhalting here pretty quick, and we'll take a look at that. Maybe we'll jump back in. We shall see. AMTD at 860. We have EAR 158 still dropping. APDN still going for it. Slowly but surely it's getting there. CYH, we could take a look at CYH. It's not looking terrible. I think the price action's a little lacking, but the volume looks like it's doing decently. The price range 320 to 350. It's not bad. Yeah, if this comes down to VWAP, we might take a play on it. APD and almost at $5 from that 450 mark, so that would have been a good trade. Would have been a good trade. HSDT's at the 9 EMA. Halted again, I'm presuming anyway. So we're going to stay out of it for now, but I do think this might come down to VWAP and bounce, so we're going to keep an eye on that. APD and crosses the $5 mark. CEMI continues its drop. What else we got? We got TUP popping up. We could take a look at TUP. Replace this with it. TUP's looking okay. The range isn't too bad. It's almost a whole dollar here, but it's still like 8%. I don't know. It's not terrible. Like maybe I'm not really too much of a fan of it though. NMTC we can take a look at. Yeah, it did have a little bit of a run on open from 150 to almost $2 back down to that 150 mark. This could be playable later on. We'll keep an eye on that. CYH hasn't come down yet. AMTD sitting on that 860 mark. We're probably going to replace this one if we find something else that's better. NNVC. Yeah, that's definitely a no-go. GMDA. Well, it's going up, that's for sure. Very large lack of volume and some spread. The range is okay, but I don't think the range makes up for that spread, so. SPNE. Yeah, I don't like that either. KNSA. Yeah, that's not looking fantastic either. Got PRPO popping up. Nope, don't want to play that. We got ICE, probably a sympathy play, not really doing a whole lot there. KRKR is popping up again. Oh. Looking half decent on this one as well. 160 to 176. Yeah, you know what? This is looking okay. That's a possibility. Ear off that 150 mark, it looks like. We should probably look to get back in if we can. Ear 150. Try for 165. And then a 140. Give it a 146. We'll give it 4 cents. Unfortunately, I would like to give it like 140, 143, 142, something like that to make sure that we're going to be safe, but that's just way too long. That's way too far down, so that's just never going to happen. Even 146 is probably not going to happen. Okay, we'll see where this goes. APDN breaks that $5 mark, hits as high as almost 550. Would have been almost a whole dollar trade if we had taken that. NMTC looks like it is rebounding pretty well here, going from $1.50 to $2. If it can break this VWAP, I think this could be a really good trade, so I think I want to jump in on NMTC as well. Probably about that $1.70 mark. We're going to try for $1.85. And then a $1.66 stop. So we're going to give it about the same, about 4 cents. And we'll see where that takes us. Unfortunately, that's only really like one candle, so volatility could take us out pretty easy here. But you know what? That's part of the game, so we're going to see. We're at that $1.70 now. We might get a couple more cents out of it, but I doubt it. This should start to move up. Ear looks like it is bouncing off of that 150 mark, so we can go ahead and start looking at getting our entry here. Looking pretty good. HSDT, let's see where it goes when it unhalts. This could go fairly low. This could hit that VWAP and bounce, but we'll have to see. KRKR is not looking like something I want to play right this second. I'd like to see come back down to that VWAP line or maybe hit a support area. AMTD, we finally hit just under $9 there. So it's looking pretty good, but still not there. CYH, we were waiting to see if it holds on the VWAP. It looks like it's not holding on the VWAP. Volume is very consistent, which is good, but we're not really seeing the price action we want to see out of it, so we'll leave it be for now. And then NMTC back at 170. We need a little bit more momentum here. APDN hits as high as 575, and it's coming back down hard to 529. I think this is probably an entry opportunity for APDN here at 525. We're going to go for a 580 PT, and then we'll go for a 505 stop. We'll go. So if this breaks down, I mean, like, we're going through so many support areas here that it feels like it shouldn't, but you never know, right? It's got to get past VWAP. It's got to get past 200 EMA. Then we also have a support line here. So it feels like a pretty safe bet that this is going to start to move back up. We'll go ahead and make that entry. Hopefully we make some good money off it. HSDT, it looks like it is hitting VWAP. Let's see if it breaks down from here. We can remove that. Looks like it's going to continue down into another halt down. Insane. EAR, on the other hand, is panning out pretty well for us here as it hits as high as 159. We are still looking for about $1.65 on this. APDN still kind of struggling. Same with NMTC, having a very hard time getting any higher. We did see as low as 168 there. Wouldn't say it's looking fantastic, but it is still positive on that MACD, so that's about the best we can hope for right now. KRKR looks like it's going to make a new high here. AMTD is coming back down after just about touching that $9 mark. AMTD, we were looking for about $9.50 at our final PT there. But you know what? We take some profits at $9 or just below $9. That's really not a bad thing. EAR 157. If we hit 160, I'll most likely take some profits there. In fact, I mean, 159 is pretty decent too. I think I might just take some profits here. Taking some profits on EAR. Look at that, we're at 162, so I guess 162 is where we're taking profits. 164, okay. That was basically PT at that point, but I'm not complaining about that. That was definitely more than I was anticipating grabbing off of that little shakedown. NMTC looks like it's more than likely going to stop us out. If you want to take a quicker exit, you can. If you weren't quick on it, you're stopping out. APDN's our final open full trade here, and it's looking okay. I wouldn't say it's looking fantastic by any means, but it's looking okay. EAR here hit as high as 164. Looks like it's starting to come back down, but you know what? We basically got PT out of it. So I took most of it out. We do have a runner. I'd really rather not see this run it into stop, but it really depends on what happens here. Feel like this is a very weird day. I'm not entirely convinced we're having success. The CEMI recovery is looking good. Yeah. 108. Yeah, this could be a recovery or it could be a dead cat bounce. I think we are going to be hitting a resistance line right here at 110. So if it breaks through 110, maybe we're bullish on it. Besides that, I don't think so. NMTC is not looking good. We were hoping to see a breakout there on NMTC. We did not. APDN looking okay. EAR is looking good as we did touch just below that, or just touch that 190 or 165 area. So that is actually PT. We've officially hit it. I don't really think there's much point in me taking profits here 1 cent higher than I did last time. So I'm just going to let it be. Maybe we'll hit a high here. KRKR still going. That might be something we want to think about getting into soon if it's going to start to run. TUP is looking like it's popping up with some momentum here, so let's look at TUP again. Yep, that's not doing anything we want to do, so it's momentum in the wrong way. It's running up 6 cents in 49 seconds. Wow, that's amazing. It's an $11 stock. That is not a very good alert. Sometimes I should actually just read the alerts rather than just looking at the tickers that are popping up, because that is not even worth wasting the time pulling up a ticker, especially at $12. That's running up 6 cents. KRKR is most likely going to come back down, maybe to, we could probably call it here at this 175 area. I think that's probably where we're going to see that hit. We'll see where HSDT ends up. This should be the last halt down, in my opinion. I think we're gonna start to get to an area of support. I don't know, maybe one more halt down because I think the area of support we're looking for is probably like 202. So if it drops really fast, it might hit that one and get halted again. But besides that, I think that's about as low as we're gonna go on that. So far, this is looking more like a sit on your hands thing. AMTD, you could probably get back in if you want to and ride it back up to $9. That's a pretty strong possibility. Besides that, there's really not a whole lot else going on. APDN, we did see a high there of about 550, which is 25 cents profit. Nothing fantastic, but also not really terrible. APDN really struggling here. Okay, what else we got going on here? HSDT down at that 110 mark. So we did see a little bit of a drop. I'm expecting some momentum here. Let's see if we can get it. Big red candle right down to that 202 area. Let's see if it holds. Nope, doesn't hold. Let's see if it holds at that 200 EMA. I'm going to try at the 200 EMA. This is a very risky play. You shouldn't be jumping into something like this, but I'm going to do it. HSDT 190, I think. Yeah, about 195. Going to go for a 230 and then a 190 stop. We're just going to give it a quick stop at 190. We're not going to go nuts with it. We just want that 5 cents. We're seeing a pretty hasty recovery on this. So far, so good. That's kind of what we were hoping. It's just to find that area of support where it was going to bounce and then ride it back up. So far, so good at 212. I got him 196. I don't know. Could we probably take profits here 210? I would say so. I'd say I'm going to take a little bit of profit here, actually. Taking some profit. I think it'll go higher, but I do want to make sure we secure at least a little bit here because this is like pretty risky business. It is back down now a little bit. We'll see if it moves back up. I do think this is a pretty good support area for this stock. I think we're going to see a lot of bag holders up here, and I think we're going to move our way back up. APDN hitting that stop. So if you didn't take profits at 550 there, you're going to be hitting a full stop. If you did take profits at 550, it might be a break even, might be pretty close. Ears back down a little bit. It does look like it wants to move back up. I wouldn't be looking for a re-entry unless we hit that 5 or 150 mark again. HSDT back to 205, looking decent. CEMI, yeah, still looks like a dead cat bounce to me. I'm not convinced. We'll have to see if we can get something, anything decent out of it. We've got KRKR here coming down a little bit. Also, nothing fantastic in that regards either. So I think we're probably good with what we have right now. We're probably just gonna sit on our hands a little bit. Might watch HSDT here, see if we can get a new high out of it. We did eke back up to that 210, 211 area. I think that there's a big possibility that we could hit higher on this. PSTX, we can take a look at PSTX, yep. Let's go ahead and do that. Get rid of this because this one's not doing anything. PSTX. PSTX is looking okay. The range, we're looking at 350 to 380, so it's not terrible. It's a little tight. That was quite a big move for something that only gave you 30 cents, but you know what? It's still playable. The price action's relatively there. Volume's picking up quite a bit, though. I would say this is looking more like a volume exhaustion move right now, so I would wait a little bit because it looks like it might, if it gets rejected on that VWAP, it could end up back down to that low there. So gonna give it a minute. If it breaks through VWAP, maybe it's worth entering. But again, you know, after such a big run with so much volume, you're likely to see that drop come. HSDT all the way down. So hopefully you took some profits at that 210 area. That was the safe bet. It is down now. You're still looking okay, but still nothing, not enough for a re-entry on it. HSDT, if it unhalts and it's down to probably $1.80, might think about re-entering again for another quick scalp on the way back up. We did see it did have some bullish momentum there for a little bit. We'll probably have more when it unhalts this time. So I'm looking to take another quick scalp on it, maybe another 10 or 15 cents on the way back up from the drop. It's really hard to send out alerts for that though until like once you've seen where it drops to, because it could open up at, well, pretty literally any price. So it's hard to say. But once we start moving back up on HSDT, the shorts will get flushed and we'll probably see a nice move up. Or once the shorts just sell on their own, and they'll likely sell on their own pretty close to here because we're hitting some good support areas. You're back up to 160, APDN sitting down pretty low. Top heading down, we have CEMI. It does break out of that, it just does hit that 110 mark. So if it can break out of that 110, I would consider this bullish again. If it doesn't break out, I would consider it still on a downtrend. I think that's a pretty important line right there. AMTD back up to 850 here. PSTX does break through that VWAP. Looks like it hit another huge volume spike. I still think this one's a little too risky to just jump in and hope for the best, but you never know. This one could go up a little bit higher. We could see this hit 407 here. And if you can break out of that 407 area, you could see the high there, 430. It could be a possibility. I don't think I'm going to play. I think I'm going to leave it, but you never know. CEMI is breaking out of that 110 area a little bit here. We'll have to see if it can hold. Let's have to see when this next candle opens in 20 seconds what happens there. All right, so other people are seeing the same thing. It is turning a little more bullish now. We'll just have to see how high it can go. We could probably jump in on CEMI here for a quick play, see if we can make some money on it. CEMI, we'll try for 110, I think. We're going to try for 120 as a PT and then a 106 stop loss. So we'll give it 4 cents. I think 106 is going to be pretty tight, but doesn't really get us down to that next support area. Hopefully, since this does look pretty bullish now, we probably won't make this low again. We'll probably sit somewhere higher. Hopefully, we stop at this 108 area. If it does hit a pullback, and we can probably move up from there, but we'll have to wait and see. You're down to 153, so it's getting really close to that 150 entry point that we wanted. We'll have to take a look at that. Did hit as low as 151. Not too bad. I think that's basically where we wanted to get back in. We could try another ear play at 151 to 165, and then a 140. What did we have? 146 last time. We'll make it 140. We'll give it 148. I really don't want to see this break down. Yeah, if this starts to break down, we'll probably cut it. But 151 would be the best price to get in at. CEMI at 112 currently, so we're doing okay on CEMI. It does worry me a little bit. We are pretty extended on that MACD for the first time today, so it's hard to say exactly how high this is going to go. 120 is definitely way up there, so it's definitely a risky play. So currently CEMI and ear open. When HSDT unhalts here, we might take another opportunity to buy back in if it gets down to about 179 or 180. We'll see. Ear 152, if you're waiting for your entry, you're just about to get it. MACD is negative, something to keep in mind, but we are hitting that 151 area here pretty quick. Might even get 150 out of it. I would say if we break down to 150 though, 149 is right around the corner, and then you're pretty much at stop. On AMTD, yeah, no kidding, eh? If you're still in AMTD, it's kicking you out, that's for sure. CEMI, it looks like it might want to move higher here, and ear with a nasty drop. So I don't know about you, I didn't really get in quite yet. I was looking for that 150 mark, and we just didn't. Well, we got it, but it came with a nasty knife. So I'm not even entirely sure I want to buy in at this point. I think we're just gonna wait it out. This is looking too negative. I mean, it could be a good recovery play because we are below that 200 EMA. I didn't make up my mind fast enough. We could have made it at least 4 cents there. Yeah, you know what? I think I want to take this as a recovery play. I'm liking how that sounds. So 148. We're gonna go with a 144 stop loss, and we'll go for a 160 PT. And we're gonna see where that takes us. I would have liked to get in lower than 140, 147, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Or if it does happen, that's probably not the best. I'm still keeping it at 144. I really don't want to risk more on this. This could just be a completely negative trade and go straight down, so got to be careful with that. HSDT unhalts, and it's holding this level, and I think that's where I want to jump back in into HSDT. 188. We're going to go for that 210 mark, and then a 185 stop loss. So we're going to give it a fairly tight stop loss from 188. We're going to go down to 185. We'll see here in a second. Where are we at right now? We can get rid of this stop. We are currently at 185, so I'm going to jump in HSDT. Okay. So I got a 182 entry. At 182, we can go down to like 178. I think that would probably be as far down as we'd want to go from 182. We'll see if this stops us out. Okay, it's going to break through and stop us out there too, so no hard feelings on that, I guess. We'll just move on from it. I think HSDT is going to have a really good recovery. We just need to pick the right spot, and it's so hard with the stock and the volatility involved in it right now. I'm so sure it's going to go back up, though. I don't want to keep getting stopped out on it, though. Even if it's tight stops, I mean, we haven't really been stopped out on it. We made a buttload of money on it earlier, then we made a little bit of money on it, and then this is our first real stop out on it, so we'll see. Yeah, this looks like a recovery to me. I need to jump back in. I just need to jump back in. It's going to happen. I don't know, 180. We're going to go for 180. I'll say 180-ish because it's all over the place at this point. We're going to go for that 210 mark at least, and then we'll give it 175. So we're going to give it 5 cents from wherever we get in. I mean, if you get in 180, 175, if you get a 185, then 180. If you can handle the risk, having a bigger stop loss on something like this would probably benefit you more, but obviously that's adding extra risk to it, so that's kind of not really a good idea usually. However, this is just looking like a textbook curl up at this point, so it should be fine. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. I'm a little worried about it, but it's okay. 183. All right, that's a good entry for me. I'm going to take that. 183, that puts us at 178. There's a stop. Again, we could stop out on this. There's nothing saying we won't, but there is speculation that we could move back up pretty high here, so I think it's worth the risk to some degree anyway. IPKR is being a little laggy for me today. Maybe it'll work in my benefit one of these times. We're hitting that 179 area. We just need a good recovery here, that's all. Ears down pretty low. We're in at 147 with that 144 stop. We hit 149. That's really, we're not making any pro. Okay, there we go. We're seeing something out of it finally. That took a little bit, but glad we caught that. Looking decent there. HSDT's moved its way back up. We did see it all the way to $2, so that is a decent price point to take some profits on. Let's go here. Take some profits on HSDT, $2. All right, and then we got to go back to ear here. It's at 150 currently. We got in 147 on it. 3 cents profit, 4 cents profit. We'll see. Let's see if we can break through this VWAP line. I feel like it's going to be pretty tough. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of momentum there, so I don't know. CEMI back down. We did hit a high there of 113. Nothing great. We are in this from 110. It's not really going anywhere, and that MACD is starting to turn back down, so I think this is going to be a cut for break even. I don't really want to, or better. If you can get better, obviously, take better. I'm going to take 111, I think. Okay, ears finally breaking through a little bit here, 152. I'm going to take a little bit of profit here. I just want to secure something. Taking some profit on ear 152. Really nothing massive there for profits, a couple cents, but I'll take it. I don't want to risk that too much. HSDT down again a little bit. It's getting very close to this stop area a couple times now, so we're going to see what happens. Could have probably put that in a slightly more realistic spot there at the whole number round. Orion, you're here. It's been a while. How are things going over there? I actually don't know if he's in the chat. Let's see. HSDT, I still think it's a textbook curl up. We did take some profits. We did have 20 cents of profit there, just about 20 cents of profit. So I think we're going to get more out of this. So I think 210 is going to be very, very easy. Ears back down. So this is definitely, we can get rid of this. This is just confusing. It's looking pretty good. We did take some profits at 152. It hasn't broken that low yet, which is nice. If it does break that low, we take that exit on the remainder. Nothing, not a huge deal. CEMI so far hasn't proven us wrong or right on taking a break-even cut on it. HSDT is looking a little bit down here. EAR is still struggling. APDN's not doing much. We have KRKR also. Well, but you know what? It made a new high. It didn't get very far in it, but it still moved. We were looking at it at 185, did hit 195, could have made 10 cents off that. Did have a nasty dip though, so I mean, we could have technically gone in here 175 to 195, and that would have been a much better trade. There's a possibility. PSTX definitely broke out, so we saw it hit that VWAP where it was struggling a little bit, and then we just see a huge ramp up of volume. Not very expected at all, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. HSDT still sitting around that 190 mark. Oops, I think I hit something there. Nope, I'm good, okay. APDN does not look like it's going to be playable, so I'm going to just close down that chart. We're going to close down top as well. CEMI, I honestly don't think we're going to play that one either. I think KRKR could be a winner. PSTX could be a winner as well. AMTD looking very unlikely. But I still have high hopes on this HSDT. KSPN we could take a look at. It's not looking terrible. It's looking okay. We've got 286 there to $4, so we have a very good range to play in. It looks like it halted here. Yeah, KSPN was the last halt, and HSDT. You know what? KSPN looks like not the only one. We had MDIA halt earlier as well. However, that one's not looking great. We have LXEH we could take a look at that halted earlier as well. LXEH. I don't think it's got, yeah, I don't think it's got anything else going for it though. Just a quick halt, so we can close that down. HSDT still struggling. We have EAR, not really, didn't break a low yet. Hasn't moved up either though. So I think we're at a pretty decent consolidation phase on EAR. I think we're more likely to stop out on this runner than see anything higher on it, but it's worth the risk at this point. 185 on HSDT. Looks like it's losing a lot of volume. I wouldn't be banking on this right this second. I do think it could pick back up. We did see a KRKR take a little bit of a drop. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you know what? I think KRKR is kind of just one of those slow climbing winners. We could get stuck in a pullback here and take a stop out on it, but I do want to try a 188 to buy in. And we're going to go for probably $2 here. And then a 180. I'm giving a 185 stop. So we're going to give it a fairly tight stop, I think, from 188. We'll see. If we can get in a couple cents lower, we could lower that stop. But, I mean, realistically, to make this a good stop, we would actually want it down at 178. So we'd have to get our entry at pretty much at like 180. We'll see. Maybe it'll happen. I doubt it, though. This is looking more like something that just wants to continue its run. PSTX all the way at $5.33. I think this is another one that's going to continue running, so I want to try, I'm going to take the risk. PSTX, 530. I'm going to try for 580, and then just a 515 stop. So we're going to give it 15 cents. You can give it a little bit more if you want. You could probably at $5 go up to about a 20-cent stop loss if you want to. I don't know if it's going to be completely necessary in either way, but we'll see. We're just about that entry there, 530. Might get a little lower here, so there we go. 520, not looking bad. I'm going to take that. So at 520, we can move our stop down to basically 505. And KRKR is already back up to 192. We did see a high there of 194. So not bad there either. Let's see where that takes us as well. PSTX up at that 530 area. Yeah, 520. HSDT not really doing anything. EAR completes its drop. We stop out on that runner. KRKR not looking fantastic because it's getting very close to our stop area, which I don't like. PSTX as well, very, very close to that 505 stop. Yeah, that one's this one's scary, that's for sure. The volatility right now on these candles is huge. Like these are like 35-cent candles. So close. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I didn't actually take any profits. I was thinking about it when we had like 20 cents profit there, but at the end of the day, it wasn't really enough to make it worth it, especially with how tight our stop was going to be either way. So, I mean, obviously the smart move at this point would have been to take profits, but well, you never know until it's too late, I guess. AMTD is down. We've got KSPN down. HSDT not doing anything. EAR still not really doing a whole lot. KRKR is probably not looking great. Yeah, there's the stop on KRKR. Market's kind of looking like crap right now. That was 724 right now. Yeah, we're basically at the end. I don't know if we'll take any more plays. We'll have to see. Oh, I'm really confused. That was not a smart trade for me. I got in at 185 and then I put my stop at 185. I don't know how I managed that, but I guess that's a break even. Although I technically the stop should have been down at 180 then. So we're gonna see. I want to see if this would have hit that 180 stop, even though I'm out of it. Actually, this is gonna make me extra salty if it recovers and then moves back up. I'd be pretty salty, but we'll see. Can't help but watch. HSDT's not looking terrible here. PSTX, I'm not seeing a turnaround quite yet. We might see one at 475. Can get rid of that now. Okay. 189. Man, this last little bit's been slow. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. Yeah, not bad. A big part of being a day trader isn't always about taking the wins, but controlling the losses. If you can control the losses, that's really the most important part of day trading. Actually, I don't think I did call the PSTX stop out. I should have. No, I did not call it. That's PSTX. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes I forget to do that. Forget that not everybody's in the call. Yeah, PSTX stops out. KRKR would have stopped out either way. So you know what? I don't feel bad about taking the break even on it. It's not the end of the world then. HSDT not really looking fantastic. I don't really see a whole lot going on with this. You can cut your runner whatever you want. We're not too far up on it now. But as far as the money board goes, today we only did 36% on the port, which is another $589. But this is why it was so important to get these big days early on, because now, you know, even an okay day, we're still adding a decent amount of cash to our pile to grow onto. So we'll grow exponentially faster with that. Current win rate is 73%, so we're getting close to that 70% that we want to maintain. We had quite a few losses today, 6 losses. Let's take a look here. Well, KRKR should not count. I don't know how to make this pop up as not a loss because it's a break even, but we'll keep it as is. EAR was a 3%. We got APDN 3%, NMTC 1%, 2% HSDT, and then PSTX for 3% and a break even on KRKR. That brings us to 72% in gains for the day. We did okay. Definitely the worst day this month so far. We hit 96% the first day, 175% the second day. Yeah, Wednesday's been pretty slow, so nothing too great there. But yeah, I mean we're still on track. We're making money. I think we're actually doing better than we did last month for beginning. So if we can keep up that sort of momentum, we'll probably see ourselves hitting that 50K. I don't know. What day are we? We're on the 3rd right now. Trade tomorrow. I'm off Friday. I'm off Monday. So that'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't know. Maybe we'll hit 50K by the 19th and then we'll probably continue on from there. Maybe we'll hit 200, maybe 300K by the end of the month. We'll see. PT or PSTX does look like it's a textbook turnaround here. Just keep an eye on that MACD. If it hits that 0 level as it's turning around, it could just drop on you. HSDT, I still think this has a good chance of being a winner. You'd want to wait for some volume to pick up before you jump back in on it. Besides that, we have KRKR, which also looks like a pretty good trade opportunity from this support line here at 175. So that's something you could trade. AMTD, I would just leave it. KSPN, I mean, maybe you can take a play on this. Volume's a little sporadic. Price action's a little sporadic as well. But all in all, it's looking okay. The range is good on it. So, I mean, if you want to take something a little bit more risky, I think this is probably your best bet. But other than that, APD and recover to back to VWAP, yeah. Other than that, I think we're basically done for the day, guys. So hopefully you made some money. And if you didn't, we'll try again tomorrow. Take care, guys.